I talk to parents with regularity who don't understand the system, who don't realize what opportunities are available to them and their kids. But I also realize that there's a huge barrier for families to actually engage in a different mode of learning. We've talked about this before, Michael, the fear element, the idea that every parent wants to do the best for their kid, but every parent fears doing something to injure their kid. And so when I talk to them and I start to describe alternatives to them, there's this risk calculus that they're thinking through, right? And most of the time they understand the risk of moving to something different, or at least they think they do, but they don't understand the risk of staying put and doing nothing differently. And so a lot of what I do is really trying to help parents understand these things, and I'm coaching them around that. And it's a slow process, but one that to me, it's not education is not going to change until parents understand that they've got to ask for something very different than what they're getting.
So, I get a lot of parents who already crossed the fence, so to speak. They're all in with alternative ed. Although I've certainly dealt with a lot who are a little bit afraid of it, sometimes a lot afraid of it. Would you say most of your parents currently send their kids to public schools or sometimes private schools, that's the typical profile?
Yep, I'm more interested in that population. I mean, personally, my passion is for families who are middle income or even lower middle income or even low income that have no earthly clue about the dynamics that a lot of families who've already left the system are aware of. Those that leave the system will find programs like yours because they're constantly searching. Those that have no understanding of what their children are missing out on won't even ask the question, what else is out there? So that's my target.
No, it makes sense. And what motivates parents to seek you out?
There's a couple ways that they tend to show up, but it's all personal referral. It's all so there's three types of parents that call me. The first are parents who I call them Group A, Group B, and Group C parents. Group A parents are parents like some of the folks that probably find you, Michael. They hear about me, they've read some of my writing, and they're looking for every opportunity to improve their kids. And so they call me and say, hey, give me a sense of what you would do in this situation, right? That's Group A. They're very alert, they're thoughtful, they're strategic. On the other extreme are the Group C parents. And these are the parents who really I'm aiming at. They really don't understand anything that's happening in education. And so what they will hear is, they will hear some weirdo, some bald weirdo who wears a baseball cap and hasn't shaved because I've been on the road for the last couple of weeks, that he's talking about something that seems to make sense, but they don't fully understand it. And so they will have a friend say, hey, why don't you call that Matt guy? Because there's something going on that he's talking about, and he's talking about Black boys, and he's talking about urban issues, and he's talking about equity and the future of kids, and you really should talk to them. So that group comes in, and then everyone else in the middle, and those are parents from every income spectrum, from every demographic, who are just curious. They especially during COVID, they say, there's got to be something better than this, right? There's got to be something out there. And then again, they will read some of my writing or see a video or something, and they'll just call me. So it's kind of a mixed bag.